right, let's talk about something really important. It's that moment on a job, the one that happens after all the hard technical work is supposedly finished. It gets overlooked all the time, but honestly, it might just be the most crucial part of the entire service. So picture this. You've installed the new system or you've made the perfect repair. Your tools are getting packed up. To most people, that means the job is over, right? But what if I told you that the final, most important delivery of value is actually just about to start? See, the whole problem boils down to what we'll call the hidden value gap. And it's really just the difference between what you, the professional, see in your work and what the customer actually perceives. And this is where that gap really shows up. I mean, look at this. On one side, you see all the good stuff: real craftsmanship, clean transitions, smooth operation, tight fittings. But what does your customer see? Well, they see a piece of equipment they don't recognize, something new and kind of different sitting in their home. And let's be real, they see a whole lot of uncertainty about the expensive investment they just made. If you just pack up and walk away at this point, you're literally leaving them swimming in that uncertainty. And this is exactly where the great close comes into play. Now, let's be super clear about this. This has nothing to do with upselling or selling something new. Not at all. This is all about closing that value gap we just talked about. It's the whole process of building up their confidence, their trust, and giving them peace of mind. And you do that by helping them actually see and feel the value of what you just delivered. Okay, so how do we actually do it? Let's break it down. We're going to look at the anatomy of a truly great close piece by piece. Think of this as your playbook for turning a simple transaction into an experience they'll actually remember. So there are 6 key steps here, and each one kind of builds on the one before it, starting with the space itself and going all the way to the words you use. So let's jump right into the first one.
All right, step 1. Before you even open your mouth, the space itself should be doing the talking for you. I'm talking floors swept, equipment wiped down, every bit of debris gone. Your work area should honestly look even better than when you first got there. And this isn't just about being neat. It's powerful. It's silent communication that screams, "We care. We care about your home, and we care about our work."
Step 2 is super simple, but it's absolutely essential. You've got to invite the customer to come see the finished work. Don't just shout from the other room that you're done. A simple phrase like, "Hey, I'd love to show you what we completed," completely changes the dynamic. You're bringing them into the experience and actually walking them over to the work area. It's incredibly powerful. Okay, now this is where so many pros drop the ball. It's a huge missed opportunity. You have to narrate the value. You got to point out the little details that really show off your skill. Talk about the clean lines, how the equipment is perfectly level, the proper supports and hangers you used, the neat wiring. You're not just showing them, you're teaching them what quality actually looks like. And here's the thing. This isn't about bragging. Not at all. What you're doing is educating your customer. You're reassuring them that their investment was a good one. A lot of times, they just need to hear what good work looks and sounds like from you, the expert who just did it. Okay, next up, you've got to translate all that technical excellence into something they can actually feel. Go ahead, turn the system on, let them hear for themselves how quiet that startup is. Let them feel that nice, steady airflow. You're helping them connect the dots, right, between the clean pipes they just saw and the comfortable, quiet performance they can now feel. Step 5. This one might be the most powerful of all. You have to express genuine professional pride. Just look the customer in the eye and say something simple, like, "I'm really proud of how this turned out." Think about it. When the person who did the work says they're proud of it, that just radiates confidence, integrity, and care. And that reassurance, it carries a ton of weight. And finally, this is a huge rule. Stand tall on your own work without tearing anybody else down. Never, ever say things like, "Man, the last guy who worked on this really messed it up." I mean, even if it's true, all it does is create anxiety for the customer. It gets them thinking, well, shoot, is the next guy going to say the same thing about you one day? Just build confidence in your work, period. So why does all this stuff matter? What's the actual payoff for taking these extra few minutes? Well, let me tell you, the impact is huge, both emotionally for the customer and financially for your business. I mean, let's be real. Most customers have no idea how to judge the technical quality of your work. So what do they use as their measuring stick? Well, they judge the things they can see and feel. Things like cleanliness, the quality of your communication, and the confidence you project. If we don't actively guide how they see the work, their perception just kind of stays in this neutral, uncertain place. And the impact on your business, it's undeniable. When you do a great close, you get fewer callbacks, you get less buyer's remorse because people actually understand what they paid for. It leads directly to more five-star reviews and more referrals. It makes your brand stronger, and it completely justifies the investment they made. This isn't just about being nice, it's just smart business. Okay, I know we've covered a lot of ground here. So let's boil this all down into a simple, easy-to-remember framework you can literally start using on your very next job. All you have to do is remember these 4 words: show, explain, demonstrate, and affirm. You show them the work. You explain what was done and why it matters. You demonstrate how it performs. And finally, you affirm that it's quality work that you are proud of. Seriously, it's that simple. And just look at the difference this makes in the real world. The week close? It's just a transaction. All right, it's done. But the great close? That's an experience. It's the same exact technical work, but the result in the customer's mind is a world apart. One is totally forgettable. The other creates a loyal fan for life. So really, what this all boils down to is pretty simple. Look, anyone can install a piece of equipment or make a repair, but what separates a true professional from just anyone? It's how they finish. Professionals finish strong. So you have to remember the close isn't just some afterthought. It's not something you do at the end if you feel like you have time. It is the end. It's the final and maybe the most important delivery of value of the entire job. Which really just leaves us with one last question. When you do all of this, when you show, you explain, you demonstrate, and you affirm, what is that one powerful thing that you're giving to the customer? The thing that builds loyalty for life? Confidence. That's it. You're giving them confidence in their decision, confidence in your company, and most importantly, confidence that their money was well spent. And that is the foundation of a business that's built to last.